Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today I'm actually going to review groups associated with the Art of Rap Festival, and I wanted to start off with Grandmaster Caz. Now, Grandmaster Caz features very heavily in the Art of Rap. He also features very heavily on YouTube. And what I found is particularly curious about this is that I just have a natural distrust associated with documentaries. I naturally distrust the information that's presented to me. So when Grandmaster Caz was so heavily hyped up in the Art of Rap, I thought, this guy can't be as good as they're talking about. I mean, I've never heard of him. I mean, I've heard of the Cold Crush Brothers. He was a founding member of the Cold Crush Brothers. But a large part of this comes from Dogtown and the Z-Boys. And in fact, a number of other documentaries. But Dogtown and the Z-Boys kind of took this to the nth degree of kind of eulogizing to the point of deity status various documentary participants, to the point where you're just like, no one was really like that. There's no way this can be true. Grandmaster Caz changed my perspective. He came out initially, he did 2 or 3 original rhymes over contemporary beats, not like he took, Puff Daddy samples or Nicki Minaj or what have you. He actually had new beats that had been created specifically for what he was doing, sampling a wide variety of folk. And he did it in such a contemporary and coherent manner as to make me appreciate that he was a genius. He was a musical genius within this form who never got his proper credit. Now, he was part of the whole Rapper's Delight fiasco because he was referenced, the CAZ or whatever, in terms of the one fellow who basically stole his lyrics in Rapper's Delight, or just read out his lyrics. But seeing him perform made me realize that actually there are a few folk in this genre that I have heard of, but I don't really appreciate. And whenever I hear about them, or whenever I hear about, their particular skills, I'm just like, this is just this kind of general eulogizing. Caz also performed with the Cold Crush Brothers, and the Cold Crush Brothers were actually remarkably good. They did all that kind of harmonizing stuff, which I'd seen previously, but they were really tight and on point, and these are guys who are in their mid-50s now. But one of the things that I walked away from the Art of Rap Festival really appreciating is that there's a certain group of folks within this genre that are genuine entertainers, and then there's a certain group of folks that just have records that come out and redo their records at various points when they have to perform them. And Caz was just amazing. He was someone who I realized I would go and see again. I would buy his contemporary music, and I'd go back and look up his stuff because I had really missed out on this individual, and the ability to see him perform at the Art of Rap Festival made me realize that I just had a little bit more breadth that I needed to pick up associated with my understanding of this genre. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.